Welcome to today's video. I want to show you this video on how I made this exact backyard. This video does not include how to model the house. That's in some other videos of mine on here on YouTube. But this pool we did, the hot tub we did, this little shelf with seating areas we did, it shows you how to thoroughly go through and make this exact pergola and how to bring things in from SketchUp's warehouse as well, so you can make this program basically have any object that your customer has or any object that you can think of and kind of customize it to your own customer and tailor it to them more personally. So this is the plan. This is what I did for a recent client of mine. She absolutely loved it. Of course, with landscape designs there's minor changes, but just thought I'd film this. And this one is fully narrated, so I'm pretty much walking you through step by step what I'm clicking, why I'm clicking it, how I'm keeping things in line, how I'm keeping things with this modern theme, how I added this little Coke can off to the left, and just kind of thoroughly goes through how I did all this. It also shows you how I did the camera and this flyby that you're seeing. So let's jump in. I hope it helps. Alrighty, so step one would be to model the house. This is the design and creativity part, kind of to show you my process and how we go through all this. So I'm kind of going to switch back and forth between a real camera and a screen capture like this to show you what we're doing. Anyways, let's delete this. First things first is to map out the house. Now, I'm not going to show you how I got this far on the house because I have plenty of other videos on my YouTube channel showing you guys exactly how to do all the above here. I'll give you some quick tips. We use something like this, which is called a plot plan or a site plan, and you can see it kind of shows the house on the lot and the boundaries of the wall. So you can see how this is how I modeled the house from bingo, something like that. There we go. And you can see it wasn't scanned in perfectly, so I did my best to make things work, and I moved the walls based on real measurements in real time. Anyways, usually I don't delete this because this is scaled to a known distance. So instead, I usually drag this down out of this workable area and just put the corner right there. So it doesn't really show up on anything, but if I need it, I can pull it up back to make any kind of changes or revisions or check something. So let's go into perspective view, and this is our house. She has this odd little walkway that is kind of little concrete pieces, and wherever you see green obviously is where I haven't gotten to yet. We have the street, the curb, driveway, sidewalk. It's just a smaller house, real nice and simple. It is contemporary themed, from which you can see I did get these special lights that look like hers, and this light that looks like hers from going to the 3D warehouse for SketchUp, and you can see how you can download anything you want in here and move it into Realtime Architect with I think this is the one above the front door. I just downloaded it, and then I went over back in here and went to Tools, Model Import Wizard, and I uploaded that file, and it gave me this really neat, let's show you, this really neat light. You know, it's a little more modern, a little more like what she has. So it's little details that'll make them appreciative of the house and what you model. I can see I forgot 3 windows here, so we're going to copy and paste these windows. And good enough. Okay. So she does have a brown wall just like this, and these are the property boundaries. This is how the house came. She's closing on the house tomorrow, and we're trying to finish up this plan so she has something to move forward and jump right into. You can see that the house has a big slider door, has 4 sliding doors that come back into this compartment here and here. And there she has a little ceiling fan and a little nice barbecue structure that her home builder put her just like so. She does have this cool little modern tile on her back patio, and that's it. So I'm going to start on the back. The front I may not even show you guys because it doesn't matter as much, but the back, her instructions to me were that she wants an extension of the house, basically, theme wise, so it'll all be contemporary, all be modern, and she does want a pool, she does want a hot tub, she does want a shade structure of some sort, and she does want a fire pit. Now I think the best thing to do would be to jump in and show you kind of how I structure all those things. Some people do this all digitally. Most of the time I do some aspect of the design work by hand, just because that's how my creativity flows better, and I think it just kind of works out better for me. So I usually go into this perspective view, and now things are pretty much as they should be. I am on a PC computer. I do not believe this program works on a Mac, but you can make it work on a Mac if you use a program like Parallels or something a little more complex like that. Anyways, I have another video on why just to buy a PC, because you could make this one landscape plan could make the money you spend on a decent laptop. So what I do is I go down here and take this little screen capture tool. It's called a snipping tool, and I hit new, and then I can select what I like, and I usually go and just select something like that, and then I save this blah 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 to my desktop. From there, you don't have to do this step. You can just print this program out as is, but it might print a full page like so, with this being a little bit smaller. This is to scale, so I don't want to select everything and drag it all up or not. So here's what I do. I also have Adobe Illustrator because we do some logo work and just other things with my business. So it's just a super useful tool. I open Adobe Illustrator and I drop this little screenshot. You can see it. I drop this in on an 8 by 11 sheet. Well, it's 8.5 by 11, which is your standard sheet here in the US. And I dragged everything just to where it pretty much fit the boundaries, and then I hit print. I typically print about 4 or 5 of these at once because it takes me quite a few revisions. So from here I'll jump in with a physical camera instead of a screen share and show you what my design process becomes, how it happens, how things evolve, and how things improve. Okay, so I printed out 4 copies of these, and one thing I do is I use a thicker cardstock paper, which kind of helps the pen not get caught on this, or it helps you if you have to do this on the road, on an airplane. It's on a little thicker paper. It's like $3 more per 200 sheets. It's really not that big a deal. So buy the nicer paper. Anyways, this is what we have. I typically start a plan and I write out what she's wanting. We're gonna write here pool, hot tub, fire pit. What else? She does want a little grass for her dogs. She does want a couple trees, at least 1 tree. And it does have to be modern. And this is, you don't have to do this, is just part of my creativity spot. So I think that's mostly it. She does have some teens, so she does want some people, some areas that they can do sitting and also enjoy next to the pool. So I'll put poolside. So I kind of need to hit all those things just to make sure that pleases her. As a side note, what I also try and do is I do an arrangement of things that flower, things that have different heights, and also some evergreens too. So during the winter here in the season, we don't have the whole yard looking dead, basically. So based on this size yard, she does not have a large yard this way. So what it means is that the pool is going to have to run this way. We don't really have much of an option at this point as far as the pool goes with this design. This is the kitchen over here, and these are the kitchen windows, so the majority of the time is going to be out of these windows, and the view from the front door leads all the way straight through the house, all the way straight through here. So the main view, even when you enter the house, is all the way through right here, centered on the yard. This is the master bedroom, and here's 2 garages. So I always start with a pool if we're modeling a pool. Here's my first revision. So I added a pool in the dimensions that I kind of more or less thought were good. We have a pool cover here, and this is showing the elevation of the pool, how the pool comes, you know, let's say it's about 3-4 feet deep, then it drops down, and then it gets deeper over here. This is a little shelf with a possible handrail to get out. And what I did is, the cool new thing right now with pools is to do what's called a Baja Deck or a Shamu shelf, or some people just call them shelf. It's a little inlet, like a shelf, inside the pool that is about 1 foot to 1.5 foot deep. And the reason we do that is that you can lay chairs in there, and also if she has a friend come over, or if she has kids that are really young, anyone from babies to pretty early childhood will gravitate towards this big time. And then again, when they're teenagers and they want to sunbathe and just look cool, just chilling in the pool, taking selfies. And at that same level in the pool, I added a hot tub here. So the reason I kept this as a perfect rectangle is for her simplicity's sake. I want this cover to be able to just go over and close and done. That way she doesn't have to worry about debris and leaves, and it takes most of that work out of it. For the pool installer, that becomes a much bigger ease of install. So it'll also save her money, convenience. It'll match her contemporary theme of the home. And it was nice to integrate everything under that pool cover. So that's what we're gonna do. But when I started looking into this pool ended up being a little bit too far off to the left, because I'm not gonna really use a lot over in this area, especially because we have countertop blocking most of this area over here. So this area doesn't become as useful. And what that means is that this area has to be the prime area. The good area is over here, because it just flows going out that way. You can see my arrows. So then, that's why we print multiple copies. The pool migrated over to the east over here. And you can see things got a little bit more complex with my drawings. I know that this wall is just barren, and we're not gonna wanna see this wall, so I have plantings on this wall, and I showed also that the view comes through here, and I'd like something centered here, most likely. So I also drew the shelves of the pool, and I also figured out we need a step to go from the Baja Deck downward, maybe 2, but we'll see about that. I tried with this, I do like the tree here, because the sun primarily in the afternoon is going to be this direction. So the tree is gonna stay, but this area I drew a pergola here, and it just looks a little awkward. Something about it doesn't work. I don't have room for the lawn, so that's when I decided to change things up. And you can see I tried. I thought, what if this was the pergola? What if this was the lawn? What if this was, it just, nothing really flowed. So Instead, what we did is we came up with this plan. And you can already tell that this plan is looking much, much better. So, we migrated the pool even over a little further. You can tell the whole thing is over further, and that way you can see this really cool hot tub and Baja Deck from your grilling location and the gathering and from the kitchen. It's all gonna look much better. And then we have a big lawn right here. This whole area is a lawn. And I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the steps yet. I may have it coming off this patio to step across, or I may continue this walkway from the house, between the pool and the house. This is all concrete, going this way. Now, what I do have is I have a pretty good sized pergola right here. And I have almost a dining size table there. And we also have a fire pit right here with a concrete patio of some sort, probably matching this tile to set it aside. We'll see. And we do have a hard set actual bench made of pavers here. And you can see how this will flow, because it's a gathering area, then it's enjoyment area and area for dogs and kids, and then it flows right into the pool. I do have a big tree here to help shade this lawn and help eventually get so big, hopefully, that it doesn't just quite disrupt this concrete, but it does start to offer a little bit more shade over here too, especially in the afternoons as the sun goes that way. I do have something centered here, and you can see I 45 this concrete over here on both sides to match, and we have a raised planter here most likely. Not too far raised, but just a little bit. I do have one plant here that is going to kind of center this corner alongside with this tree and kind of frame things. And then I have this planter bed here, and that's because we didn't have a lot of useful space over here, so I added a planter bed to break up the elevation part of our plan. But I also have some chairs being slightly tilted, just so there's even more room. So if there's more family out there and they want to sunbathe, then it kind of makes this a neat little living area just to tan. We do have some plantings, maybe a water feature, maybe not there. And the side yard is mostly meaningless as long as this one. I do have a walkway on this side because it goes all the way back to a trash can into the garage. And we do have some plantings, blah, blah, blah. We'll all link that together kind of on the program. This one I have some flagstone steppers all the way to the side. And that's really just to finish it off and complete things. So this is usually what I do. I will do it on the front yard too. I'll sketch out the way some trees look, and sometimes I get it right on the first shot. Sometimes I don't, and I have to start again. If you guys are new to this, you should pay attention to the sun schedules of the yard. Basically, like this side of the courtyard is going to be shade loving plants, and this one's going to get quite a bit more sun, just the way the sun works. So I'm gonna have to find similar plants that like the sun and the shade similarly, and you guys can plan that out with your nurseries. A lot of the nurseries you guys will have a full list of plants that love shade, plants that love sun, plants that are kind of afternoon sun, plants that are afternoon shade, and so on and so forth, and you can use that to kind of calculate this. You can also look at what other architects are using in your area. You can ask for other plans and start to mimic the plants they have and learn about those plants. That's one way I learned and kind of self-taught. So let's jump into the program, and we're gonna model all this up into 3D and show you how it really works. All right, we're back into the program. So if I didn't mention it before, we're using this program, Realtime Landscaping Architect 2020. It's a program made by Idea Spectrum, and what's nice is it's only about $400 as a one-time payment, and there's really not a lot that this program cannot do. I happen to love it. It does look a little cartoony in my opinion, but I had someone who is far more successful than me say to just roll with this program and let the customers be the judge to see if they like it or not. Turns out people have amazing things to say about this. So don't think too much into it. Use this program. It's worth the money. I would not tell you it's worth the money unless it truly is. So here's our house. Let's get to work on a pool. Okay, so first I'm going to start off and plan. Let's start with a pool, and let's go up here to swimming pool tab. Pool. Let's just grab a shape here, load shape. We'll just do a rectangle, and we're just going to drop this thing in. Looks like this pool goes about to there. And edit points. We're going to drag this pool out to go kind of about to there. So it looks like this one actually goes about right there. It also tells you when you're alongside the grid, so you know if you're doing right angles. It also does perpendicular if you're drawing something, which is nice. So I'm using the wheel on my mouse to zoom in and zoom out. That way I'm not doing it with a lot of work, using multiple fingers. I'm just zooming in and out as I please. And then I'm clicking the middle wheel on my mouse down to actually grab and hold and drag this program where I want things. So that way I can drag and see this corner really easy if I want to. Okay, so I don't like the color of this coping. That's just right off the bat. Let's just instantly move it to black and see where we go with that. So I think the pool's pretty good as a starting point. Let's leave it there and see what we can come up with. I'm going to actually jump ahead and go into landscape and go into accessory, and I'm going to go into this custom tab where I downloaded a hot tub from the SketchUp warehouse, and here it is. If you see this on the warehouse, once you search hot tub, you can download that and get it into this program as a model import. So I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to use this right there, and we're going to go into the 3D view, and we can drop this down into the hot tub. I'm not sure that this is going to work, but I'm fairly certain. Uncheck scale evenly, because you can see that that depth there is messing with us. And let's just increase the depth or decrease the depth. Whoa, undo, 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 undo. 7.3. Okay. That's the height I wanted to decrease. But then the elevation needs to increase a little. There we go. So it's under the coping, but it's in there, so I can kind of maneuver. That is my plan. We go back to swimming pool, and we're going to say we want a pool wall. Let's go back into plan and drop it from here diagonally across. Let's see if that works. To be honest, I can't see it like that. So let's go back in here, pool wall. Let's edit the width to be 8 inches, and we'll start it here, go down right there, and then we'll zip across. And it tells you when you're perpendicular, or at least it should. We'll just wing it, edit points, drag this middle one, and then make it a right hand corner. While we're in here, you can see where it's cut off some of this hot tub, so we're gonna make our own. Cool. Now let's make this coping in here. Let's put it as black, just because it's contemporary, so we'll go with the black theme first. I actually don't want this tile, and I just want this to be a normal pool material. Well, I guess I'll leave it for now. There we go. Okay, so obviously this is too high up, so we need to drop everything down. Let's bump it up 1 inch. And there we pretty much have a built-in hot tub. There's other ways to do this, but we're gonna just roll with it and see what we can get done. So jump back to our plan view, and I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go into landscape and accessory where I've put these models, and I do have some pretty cool pool chairs that I'll use right here, and you can see how nicely those fit. Let's just spin that around 90 degrees, and let's look at that from, oh yeah, you can tell it's gonna look pretty sweet. Jump back into the plan view, and let's go to pool, and we're gonna do pool decking. No, what I want is a pool stair. Actually, it's a pool seat, I believe. So we're gonna go here. And I'm gonna literally draw a big ol' square. Edit points, select them all, make them all right hand corners. And now we have our Baja Deck. On edit, let's select these chairs, drag them down so that they're in the water a little bit and it looks pretty sleek. Guys, tell me that's not really cool. That's real cool. Okay, and see, you can get more in depth. If you don't like the white, we can click on here, edit materials, and we can edit this fabric. And let's just make it green so you can see. So now you have green chairs. Looks pretty cool. I'll leave it for white now. I'll undo that. Cool. So next up, let's focus on a pergola. Okay, so I already have a pergola built, and I think the next step I should do is find a way to upload these saved plans to you guys so you can copy and paste. But anyways, let's paste in a pergola here, and we know it's going to be rotated, so we'll rotate it 90 degrees. And just for, actually I want to rotate it this way, but just for simplicity, let me show you how I built this pergola. I'm going to put this TV up here in the corner, but you can see it's pretty legit. Just really standard, pretty contemporary. I went into building and column, and I grabbed a column that I like. I'll grab column number 5, and let's just say we like that column, so we'll edit the materials and we'll put it into a wood color. Let's say wood 11. So you can copy and paste as many of these as you want to be in a square or however you like, blah blah blah. So let's paste another one in, and I think it's this Y frame that you can put 90 and hit enter, and now you can see that made us horizontal. On the plan, let's zoom in, and we'll go done, and we'll just link it between those two. We'll go back to perspective. Obviously we're off, so we're going to create the elevation here, and I'll show you the catches. Let's say you want this a little longer. You will undo this scale evenly, because if you do any changes, this will kind of adjust everything. So we'll uncheck this. And you gotta kind of backwards think this through. So instead of the width of this is called the height because we took something vertical. And we can bump it up, but the trick is the elevation changes. So let's say we want it at 12 feet. Right there, that's 12. We're still in alignment, but we gotta downgrade this elevation. So now we're good. So typically what I do is go to plan and we can copy and paste. And you can paste all these in to whatever you like. I usually get, let's say, 3 of them. Those aren't perfectly in line, but we can kind of select one, hold shift, select another, keep holding shift, select this third one. And then we can paste. Oh wait, I did something wrong. Select that one, hold shift, select that one, hold shift. Now copy, now paste. So you can see if you want to make a pergola, and you can do this and you can get as elaborate as you prefer. I'm holding down the shift button. Let's copy and paste, and now we're multiplying how many we're doing at once. So now you can see just how fast we made a pergola similar to this. Obviously you can change the widths of them to make them really high or really narrow or really wide, but hopefully that helps. Then I used these little lights up here that are something I took in from a SketchUp warehouse, and I model imported it. And I usually put this TV, this is a TV, it's in an accessory, and I usually put it up in the corner of these things. For instance, I'll usually go like this, drag it over here. I'll usually tilt it a few more degrees, and I'll raise the elevation up. It's kind of big, so I'm actually going to shrink it down a little. I'm going to pull it forward, bump that elevation up. All of this, guys, is just trial and error. It's not hard, it's just a little bit of patience. There we go. Now we have a TV in the corner of our pergola. Pretty sweet pergola if you ask me. So let's select everything and we'll copy that and just leave that there as a filler for later. Paste this in, drag it. This thing is pretty large, so I'm gonna have to work on this thing. Which means you'll get to see me edit this in real time. Let's go to patio, and I'm going to work on everything else until, so I know I need a shape. We'll load a rectangle. Let's rotate this thing, drop this over here. Okay, so edit points, let's drag this over here a bit. For fun, let's pull it over here. We're going to insert another point right about here, and then insert a point right about here. What that allows us to do is, actually this point I'm going to drop right there, and then this one I can just pull right to that. Boom. This one I can grab and hold the shift button, and it's going to keep me on that line, which will help me put it right like that. Drop it there. So now let's undo the insert and drag this in a little like so. I'm going to put this one as a grass so we know that it's our beautiful turf. That doesn't look too green to me, so let's do this guy. No, that one looks a little dead. I don't know what we're doing. We'll just leave it at that for now. Maybe not, it's bugging me. Okay. Now, you can see there's little imperfections that we can simply grab and change. Then we go to patio. Let's do a shape. Sometimes it's easier just to load a rectangle than to draw a rectangle. Others might disagree, but I think it's a little bit faster for me to do it this way. You can see that this is not even with the pool. Match that up. For some reason the lawn went above, so I'm going to change the height to 1 inch higher. It's not going to make a big difference. And if you ever want to know the dimensions of anything, just hit edit points and that'll tell you. 16 feet is a long patio. I'm going to bump it down to 12 and see where that puts us. Okay. We'll mess around with that. Okay. Let's again do... Let's mess around with this. Bump, bump. See, it tells us when we're perpendicular. We're gonna bump here about halfway, right there, and I'm gonna just put concrete all the way over here, and we can mess with the rest later. You can see it made the corner a little uneven, so we're going to edit points. Grab onto that side and pull it down. And then we're actually going to go back up just to where we know. Okay. Perspective view. It's all coming together little by little. You can see, I can see under here. Actually, I'm going to bump all those heights down. That way it looks a little more sleek. So let's put a couple raised planters, and then we will call this done before you know it. For a raised planter, we're going to go to retaining wall, and it looks like I'm pretty much going from the lawn, we'll just say here, 2 feet out, and I'm right clicking to complete that thing, that drawing I'm making. Let's edit the points, and because it's modern, we're going to make everything right corners, and when we look at this in perspective, it's going to look like a jail cell. So instead, let's go down here to 2 feet high. I'll even do less. I'll do 1'8". Let's do 1'6", just so it's not too high. I think I'm gonna leave it with that block. I don't think that looks too bad for now. Unedit, and before we do anything there, we're going to get a patio and put some points just like so. Let's edit these points, make sure they're right, good. And then we're going to make this patio actually look like dirt. I put that in my favorites, and we're going to go to perspective view and zoom in. You can see it good on the corners here, and we're going to bump up the elevation. There's our elevation. So now we have a raised planter bed. Pretty sweet. So I can select this wall, copy it, paste it, drag it over here, turn it 90 degrees. Let's just edit these points. I'm holding down the shift button to bring it closer to being straight and keeping in line with everything. Let's just move this whole unit over. I'm going to select both of those. Oh no, I gotta do one by one. I'm going to select the wall, edit points. I need to drag these over because it's just a little too invading. Let's grab this, edit points, drag those ones over too. Now let's do this, edit points. I want this one in line there, and this one in line there. Looks like it's almost a 45-degree angle. Let's see. Let's go to patio and drop in a nice little patio inside of this planter. You can see it gives us a little boom, boom. Favorites of mine in there. Perspective. Let's raise the elevation up. Boom, 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 boom. Done. Let's do landscaping, let's do a plant, let's grab a tree from my favorites. Let's do a cute little Oklahoma redbud. These are a nice small plant that will not outgrow a lot of small areas. And their flower in the spring is just stunning. So while we're in this corner, let's make it region, and we can just kind of drag around the corners. We don't have to get exact with that. And edit points, just make that boom, boom, boom. Favorites, let's make it tan just to be different. I'm going to do a plant row and go bump, 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 bump. Favorites. Let's just do a nice little Indian hawthorn. Perfect. This wall is actually taller. This section is not 3 feet high. It's more like 6 something. Cool, that'll be fine. So I can draw a line from the front door all the way back, and I just know that that's the center point. So as far as landscape goes, let's put one plant dead center. I'm not sure what that plant's going to be. For now, let's just put to be different a little, let's just put a lilac for now, even though that's a little small. For fun, let's just put a crepe myrtle there and see what happens. Now for a plant row, let's go back, delete that. Let's go back to plan view, and we're going to click more or less in here to here, and we'll click 3. I want some emerald green arborvitae. Those do really well here. They actually stay quite small here as well where I'm located. Let's put them right like copy paste. That's tricky. I say that we cut this patio in, or cut this this wall in to match. With modern, like contemporary, it's all gotta be pretty evenly matched. If not, things will look funny, and it'll be pretty apparent to your customer. Okay. Now let's use a wall, and we're gonna make ourselves a bench. Boom, boom. Boom. Okay. And at this point, drag it over. So I'm going to copy and paste this and then drag this down in here. But I want this to be pretty wide, so I want it to be much more dramatic. One foot. Let's just bump this up. Let's go landscape accessory. I think it's fireplaces. Let's do something more modern. I like this guy. And we can actually stretch this out, unscale it. Is it the depth? Yep. Make it even lower. Okay. let's see how this looks. It actually came out pretty cool just shrinking it down. Let's see how this looks if I go into a real life walkthrough view. Yep, see, that actually looks pretty cool. Okay. I'm not going to complain about that just yet. Okay, so I messed up a little bit on this pool. I need to select this whole pool and shift it down a bit. And things like this happen, so you gotta figure out how to get used to it. That'll give us a little bit more lawn space. And then cool, fixed. Honestly, I can tell I just want to, that's why sometimes I wait to design things. Honestly, I can tell it's just a straight shot there. So let's figure this out. Let's building patio. We want right here. So I just draw some squares, and I really hope in reality that they add up, and oftentimes you can tell that they don't. But they're looking cool. So anyways, let's select all these. And let's try and shrink it down to where it fits. There we go. Boom, 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 done. Let's go into landscape. Let's add a table. This program has some nice tables. I imported some custom ones that I think I like a little bit better. Let's see where we're at. This unit is a big hit with people. So we could put that there. That's not bad. We could put it there. But anyways, let's go with the table and just see what that's gonna look like. As you do more and more projects, you'll quickly realize that it's pretty valuable to add these things in there. Let's throw in our big tree over here. Let's Go to favorites and pull an ash tree towards the bottom. Let's do this white ash. See, it looks awkward there, so I'm going to push it into the corner. I'm going to actually make this wall a little bit more fancy. Let's edit points starting here and here. I'll drop those points there, and then this one I'll delete. And what I can do now is I know those are level, so I can literally grab this section and bump it out. Let's go to plan and measure this. This should be at least 3 feet wide. It's just not. So let's make this, let's just choose about 3 feet. Yeah, see, it ends up looking pretty cool. And it lets me bump that plant out more. You can just drag these in anywhere in the middle of the wall, because it doesn't have to be perfect because we're hiding a lot of it. Okay. So, we got the fire pit. You know what? I don't think they're gonna use a lot of walkway over there, so I'm just gonna make one really quick. Done. Right there, and right there. So this is a Cascade by Eldorado. So I'm going to make this and this a Cascade by Eldorado and see what that looks like. No, let's just leave it the other way and just see what she thinks of that. Okay. Let's do a landscape area. Make sure it has hard set corners. Okay. Let's make this gray too, just so everything matches. Let's just change it up front. Boom, 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 boom. This would be a perfect area for her to do like a shed or something, but for now we're going to grab some flagstone. And you guys, this is really simple. We're just going to drop a piece of flagstone, drive it to the size we think we need, copy paste it, drag it over here, and we're just going to change it, grab the next one we see, drop it to size. Actually, I don't like that. Let's do a better color. We're copying and pasting it. And as simple as that, we have a straight up pretty nice walkway. Let's make this a little more straightened out. I'm actually going to flip this so it arcs a little bit that way. Bingo. I'm going to do a plant row here. For some reason 4 roses works really well for me. Favorites, the ones I like to use a lot are these double knockouts. They're pretty amazing. They're ever blooming. I'm gonna put them on both sides. And all I go around and do basically is figure out which plants fit well where. And you gotta of course scale them down to size to where they fit good. and it's really not as hard as it seems. We're just gonna do, if you have a good little favorites list made up, it's really easy to just go crazy with it from there. I want to pick a little bit more vertical lilac that looks good. And see, those are bigger, so we're going to only do 3 of those. Always save your work. Gotta make sure we save that. Now I'm going to drop in just a little tiny Mugo pine. You don't see the stalk on a Mugo. Well, that's not a good Mugo. Let's find it. This search bar does pretty darn good. Swimming pool. Let's do jumping jet. I've never done one of these, but I've wanted to. I'm just curious what this will look like. I've never used that feature. Can't figure it out, and it's definitely not necessary, so we'll play with that another day. Along this back wall, I want 3 main plants. 1, 2, 3. And those have to be somewhat sun-loving because that's on a wall that faces directly west. That's going to be a little tricky because I want some height with those two. For now, let's just do a butterfly bush just to play around with it. Oh. Let's do a Rose of Sharon. Just as a filler in a way. Now let's do 3 plants here. What would go there really well is a Hosta or Hosta, depending on where you're from. This would probably just look better if we use a grass. Okay. Let's just do an assortment of grasses. Just to play around. Give it some height. I like that better. So, this one, it's getting late. It's almost 2 a.m. you can see, so I'm kind of getting tired. I'd rather just finish this guy up and not think too much into this. So let's do 3 of, I like these picture ones better. Let's do 3 blanket flowers. Those will get good in full sun. Let's do 3 big guys. Well, instead, let's do the little ones. So I'll just pick a number that fits right. Look, that fits perfect. Prime. Let's bump those back a little. Let's just for kicks put a yellow yarrow. Or not digging the yarrow, I guess. Let's put lantana. That's just like a yellow ground creeper. So this pool is pretty boring in depth, so let's edit the pool. I'll show you how. Edit depths. So these are points, and you can edit each point. There we go. Whoa. Okay. Edit depths, and I selected that size, and let's say we want that one 6 feet. See how that moved everything? And this one will make it flat until that grade. So now we have that. I'm gonna undo that. We'll go back to pool, and I want to add a little tiny pool seat. Just like so. Edit points. Where I live, code makes us do this. On one of these further corners, there's got to be a little shelf. Actually, I'm going to edit this depth. So this one looks like it's 3 feet. Let's make it. Oh no, I guess 3 feet's good. We'll leave it at 3. For kicks, I'm going to throw in a beach ball. All. See, now that looks just like it's inviting. Let's delete this guy. Boom. Let's delete this one. We don't need this. I'm gonna just put this back here somewhere. Let's zoom in and go to walkthrough and just see what this one looks like. I hit the right click button to walk forward a little, and I'm hitting the plus button to pan up a little bit. Looking pretty good. The only difference is so north is actually opposite of this. So I'm going to go in the plan view, select absolutely everything, and rotate it. I'm going to really hope that didn't mess something up, because sometimes that can, especially if you have well, actually I take that back. The only thing that could really mess up is a camera angles, if you have cameras involved. So now the shade will be coming directly onto the house, not from the house. Yep, that looks much more realistic. Now let's go down, edit environment settings. I'm going to make it 3 p.m. Skyline Let's keep the skyline, but we're gonna keep it way down further. Season's fine, walk through, no wind, no wildlife, no sound volume. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. To me, looks pretty darn awesome. I think it's sellable. Let's try. Okay, so I want to present a video of this to my client. So you got to kind of get creative with a video, but you go to utilities and hit real-time camera. I think I'm going to do a swoop around here and loop through, go through here across the lawn, kind of while staring at the pool, and then go into the patio, outward, and then back, and probably end like here looking back. So I'm going to start right about here. We'll loop here, we'll swing over this way, we'll go high and then back and then loop around. We'll go through here around the table, we'll loop back through here, we'll go over or actually we'll shoot over here like this, and then right up to this corner, and I right clicked. So that's kind of set, but it'll be all over the place unless we click edit points. So this one, these perimeter ones are going to be pretty high. Let's say at least 15 feet, enter, and I think it looks pretty good. So let's go back to that point. Let's make it pan down. This one. See how nice it's starting to look? We'll go 10 feet and jump a little bit forward and up. Then we're back at 15 feet, looking down a little bit onto everything else. Feels a little far, so I'm going to zoom it in and tilt things more. Oh, see, that shows me that that's not connected, so I gotta fix that. But overall, it's looking pretty good. See, sometimes the camera knows where you're wanting it to look, and that's extremely helpful. This one we can bump up to about 8 feet, swing the view down a little bit, really show off that pool depth. This one I'm going to say is like, let's do 14 feet. No, sorry, I take that back, let's do 11. Point it down, take it back. Feet. Okay. Now let's look at the movie. Boom. Okay, so I'm noticing a little bit on the left how the trees are covered by the wall, so I gotta bump those out, the evergreens. In my opinion, see how good the pool water looks, especially with the shadow from the little play ring. I think that's nice. I think the shadows are almost a little too abrupt, so I might move it to 2 o'clock. I'm gonna escape and then try that. So let's fix this pillar. little. Okay, let's do a walkthrough, and instead let's move it to 2. Let's try 1. See, to me that looks much better. I still gotta fix the evergreens, but at least we're seeing the result of all this shade, and it's not a big deal. And here's the finished video. I hope this thing helped you a lot, you guys. I hope the video helped you a lot. I hope my voice narration helped you as well. And I hope you could make this program work for you and your business and expand your income and your sales and everything to go with that. So a couple things. If you could, please subscribe to the channel. That helps my video get shown a lot more. Please like the video if you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to make a comment, because I answer any and all comments that are on here. So reach out to me if I can help answer anything for you. And also, if you want to grow your business more, go to my website, landscapersacademy.com, and there's tons of resources there that'll help you sell better, help you get more jobs, help you with marketing, help you with branding, help you with everything that we need to do to make our businesses the best that we can be. So I hope this helps you guys. Have a great day, enjoy this finished video, and use this in your business. Thank you guys.